Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, and SSI Raise with executive order. I have all the details and what you need to know right here in the video, so let's get right into it. All right, now in this video, I do want to address a question that I recently received from somebody right here in the community, reaching out talking about a raise to monthly benefits for all the beneficiaries I mentioned at the beginning of this video with executive order. That's a great question and exactly what we're going to focus on right here in the video, so let's get right into it. Really fast before we do, thanks so much for joining me. If you're new here or if you haven't done so yet, please make sure to subscribe right down below the video. It's totally free to do so, and I'm here for you every single day, no matter what, to help you out in any way that I possibly can, as well as keeping you updated on everything going on right now as things are changing very, very rapidly. Also, as long as you're right down below the video hitting that subscribe button, if you haven't done so yet, make sure to like the video and of course share this video with your friends, family, and social media so we can continue to help out as many people as we can right now, as it's a very weird time we're currently living through. So again, I'm here for you no matter what. Please subscribe down below if you haven't done so, and let's get into it and talk about this question that came in from somebody right here in the community asking about all of these fixed income benefits, a raise to these monthly benefits. As we all know, we need like 5 years ago, right? Especially everything going on right now. Prices have increased rapidly. The COLA is not keeping up with real cost of living and prices and everything going on right now, and we know that fixed income beneficiaries are falling behind month after month after month. These monthly benefits are not keeping up with the actual cost of living. And again, we know that. You've seen all the reports I've brought to you here in other videos. You clearly see everything going on right now. A lot of people are falling behind. There's a lot of people living in poverty in this country as well, which, by the way, quick side note, there's about 37.9 million people living in poverty right now in the United States. About 16.5 million of them are seniors age 65 or older. That's scary, and honestly, that's really sad as well. And by the way, a lot of individuals living on a small fixed income benefit are living at or well below the federal poverty line. Again, going completely against what the president said a couple years ago, which is no older adults or people with disabilities should ever need to live in poverty in America, right? Well, guess what? Newsflash, that's what's happening right here, right now. So, with that being said, and with that message out of the president that he said a couple years ago, and again, I've quoted that many, many times in other videos, but I wanted to bring that to your attention so we can clearly see what the president has said talking about fixed income benefits and obviously people with disabilities and, seniors, older adults, everybody like this living on a fixed income benefit. So, again, great question from this person that reached out down below in the comment section. And again, like I've said before in the videos, I read hundreds and hundreds of comments every single day. I read about 70% of the comments that come in. Now, again, why not 100%? Honestly, there's a lot of questions and comments that come in every single day. I do my best to read as many as I possibly can. I would estimate that I read probably about 70% of them that come in. I try to do my best to read all of them, but again, honestly, there's just a lot that come in. And again, they're great. I love it. Thank you. I appreciate the comments and questions and concerns and stuff like that. But again, just doing my best to get to all of them as quickly as possible. But this person reached out and said, what about an executive order? We know that fixed income benefits need to be changed. We know that benefits need to be increased. We know that Social Security needs to be reformed. We know that they have all these bills, packages, and proposals, like you've talked about so many times before in other videos, to raise benefits, to adjust the program, to adjust the COLA. And again, the list goes on, like I've talked about so many times before in other videos. Why not? Why doesn't the president just do an executive order to raise these benefits for beneficiaries? That's a great question. Let me talk you through the details about that, because it sounds super easy. Like, yeah, I agree, right? Just slap up a little bit of language onto some paper, slap a signature on it, and boom, we've got ourselves some change, right? Well, that sounds way too good and way too easy to be true, right? Well, that's because it kind of is, right? So here's the situation. It's not really like that, okay? It can't be done through executive order. When it comes down to major changes and things like this for Social Security, it cannot be done through executive order. It must go through Congress. I know, big sigh of disappointment there, right? I know, right? Because what happens with Congress? They do essentially a whole lot of nothing, right? They do a lot of talking, they do a lot of proposing, but like some people here in the community have said before, a lot of proposals, but nobody is getting married here. Yeah, I agree, right? And essentially the analogy that some of you here in the community have been saying down below is essentially a lot of proposing, but yet what are they doing? What are they doing to tie the knot? What are they doing to seal the deal on this thing? Unfortunately, not a whole lot, right? They just continue to propose and propose and propose, and then eventually, we need to get somebody to say yes on this thing, right? So with this whole thing going on, yes, it would be certainly very, very nice if the president could just write an executive order on this. But unfortunately, when it comes down to raises or any major reforms for Social Security, unfortunately, that's not something that can be done through executive order. However, let me point something else out that can be done through executive order if they just so wanted to do so. They could do some type of stimulus check or something like that through executive order. That can be done through executive order. So if the president / the administration, which by the way, I'm not here to take sides politically, I like to bash all of them equally, but I'm just simply saying if the president just so wanted to do so, he could write an executive order to send out an ongoing check, a one-time check, whatever it happened to be. He could do that if he just so wanted to do so. That could be a thing. Would it happen? Well, we'll have to see what happens with the situation going forward. I would say they would most likely go through the congressional process of getting this approved by Congress because that's the traditional way to get stuff done. And again, a lot of times when there's no hope for Congress to do anything, that's when the president does executive orders. Now, again, we've seen a number of different executive orders over the last few years here. We've seen a bunch of them, but this is what it comes down to, okay? You can't just really whip out an executive order for virtually anything. That's not really how it works. But there can be executive orders on a lot of different things, and this is something that they could do if you wanted to, which would be a one-time check, a couple checks, something like that. It could be through executive order. So anyway, hope that kind of makes sense for you. But again, the person asking this question, I hope this makes sense. And again, I know there's other people out there that have wondered this over the last couple of years here because I think all of us have asked this question. Why doesn't he just do an executive order? They're writing executive orders on all kinds of other things out there. Why don't they just do one on this? Well, it depends. Social Security, retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, VA, RRB, spousal benefits, all this stuff like this. 70 million people. Can't be executive order. Can't happen that way. However, a one-time check that is not a raise to benefits, but rather just like a stimulus check, yeah, that could be done executive order. Kind of see the difference there? Big difference. One would be more like a permanent change. One would be more like just a one-time, check, something like that. There's a big difference there. Anyway, hope this helps you to better understand the situation. I know this has been a big old question that we've all asked many times here over the last several years. Why can't we just do an executive order? It sounds nice. It'd be super easy. It'd be great. It'd be nice to do that, but unfortunately, it doesn't really work that way. The rules, the laws, and everything like that don't really say that we can do that. So hope that kind of makes sense. Anyway, good question. And again, anytime that I see good questions, well, I mean, let's just be real for a second. All the questions coming in are good questions, but a lot of times I try to answer those down below in the comment section. I respond to messages and stuff like that. But when I do see the same question coming in time and time again, I like to make a dedicated video talking about it just because if I see, 3, 5, 10, 12, 20 people asking the same question, I would guess there's a lot of other people out there asking the same thing and wondering the same thing, which is why I make dedicated videos. But this one, again, a question we've all had many times here, and I just want to break it down for you in this video. Hope this kind of makes sense for you. Either way, I'll continue watching everything going on right now. There's a lot of changes, a lot of things that are happening right now, and of course, I'll bring that to your attention immediately as I do get more information. So, hope this helps you. Again, please subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share the video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other thousands of videos here on the channel. Until next time, enjoy your day, take care, have a good one, and catch you again later in the next